So everything is good, looking good. Let's roll. Yes. Like the hell? That is offensive. I find that video very funny.
So kwa msee mwenye unaweza patia advice msee like what unaweza patia like for someone that doesn't have enough room for mistakes. Unaelewa? Unaniget your point. Msee mwenye like life yake yamwalau
afanye mistakes
to make those mistakes, and kwa vile nimepata perception yako ya adulthood, someone in his 20s lazima make mistakes to know what is right, because hata ukikuja hakuna venye utatoka huko hivyo down ukisema umemature. Unaona? So this maturity utaiface in process by process. So for someone that ana hiyo room to make mistakes, unajua hiyo shit inakuwa depressing because unataka like I just have to make it. Lazima ifanyike. So for someone like that, advice gani unaweza kumpatia?
By the way, I feel like the young people nowadays are so depressed. Most people, I think, young ones. The social media pressure, because most of social media unaonanga kila mtu make it. Most unaonanga young people.
There's some people who just say they're 23-year-old
nyumba kadhaa.
They call themselves
kiangalia traveling vlogs out.
Unashangaa.
This unnecessary pressure.
But I hear you when you're saying there's no room for mistakes. Personally, there was no room for mistakes, because by the time nilikuwa nimaliza kampo, like every aid nilikuwa napata ilisha. So literally like nyumba nini mimi nilianzia kujilipia nyumba nikilala kwa chini kwa floor. That's what I'm saying, like things unfold by the but jitume hiyo ni kitu ya kwanza, and then the jitume. The second thing with nilikuwa like my experience, I remember nikionga sasa ndo nimepata ka opportunity, you know, like ile sense you don't have a room for mistake, you really want this thing to ishikilie. Nilikuwa nafanya hivi, yani nikifanya a small tiny thing yenye kwa kichwa yangu naona ni mistake, nilikuwa like I'm shaking, like nilikuwa and then my boss say aseme kitu kuhusu hiyo kitu, I was like, man, I'm gonna lose my job. So my mind ilikuwa in the direction of I'm losing my job all the time, until one person came and told me, hey Flo, you are literally, by then I was like I think 22. Hey, you're literally 22. You cannot put yourself in that pressure of every time you're losing your job. You have to make mistakes. So I think then kwa kichwa yangu ndo ilihit by the way, there's no way around it. I have to make as many mistakes as possible. By the way, there's no way around it. You will make as many mistakes as possible, and I think you have to allow yourself to go through that. It's okay you don't have room for mistakes. We chapa kazi. And I remember there's one person I got mwenye alinifundisha kazi actually. She was really patient with me. Nilikuwa nafanya mistakes sometimes anipe kazi asubuhi sijafanya. She will literally scold me and then sit me down. Alafu anianzishe tena, Flo ni wapi umekwama? Literally she was an angel sent from above. I can never say thank you enough to that but allow yourself to make as many mistakes. We show up kwa hii dunia, show up kwa hiyo hustle, you know, but usiseme hati ya utafanya mistakes. You utakuwa unajidanganya, utakuwa wewe mwenyewe unajipunish. Come say the silly words, say the silly questions, ask them. Wako scold fine, we songa. Because hakuna kitu ingine unajua, lazima uishi, lazima ukule, lazima upate pesa. So like the thing is, there's no room for depression. We have to like find outlets. Kama unaweza ongelesha mtu mwenye rafiki yako mwenye unaweza mwambia what is going in your life. Na usikue ile mtu tu unataka kuweka vitu in private. Hakuna kitu in private. Kama job haiendi vizuri. Una get, usi get ile place ya like these are my private stuff. So, yes kuna private things lakini vitu kama like find a way to release hizo vitu. Ndo usikwe bado 20s uko young, usijiweke in place uko depressed kabisa. Alafu ufanye nini? Ukifika 30 vitu ni ride. So ride imekuwa a bit smooth. Sasa unashangaa unakuwa depressed before ufike 30. So like find a way around it. Just play, have fun, work hard, make as many mistakes. Lakini usimake mistakes zenye consequences ni kubwa. Unaonanga zile kama you already have 3-4 kids that you cannot provide for. You get those kind of mistakes, no, like those small mistakes zenye tomorrow you can actually wake up and be like, you know what, that happened, it happened, that was jana, today we make better decisions. Like you get those, like hey jana nilienda club but I didn't feel good about the experience, leo acha tunianze relationship yangu na God vizuri. So like you get those kind of mistakes, you can't beat yourself up for definitely. So you just say, you give yourself room for growth, for forgiveness, and you tell yourself, you know what, but this siku zaliwa kwa riches, so hii si makosa yangu. Tunaanzia mahali. So I'm picking myself every day and making the better out of my life.
But I think as in unajua venye nyinyi mligrow na venye sisi tumegrow kuna hiyo difference. Amukuwa na hizi apps tuko nazo these days, amukuwa na social media.
Alikwambia
like but haikuwa
I'm just started.
Like kwanza hizo
ilikuwa but haikuwa active kama venye sasa hivi.
Like unaweza pata vitu yenye ulikuwa unajua ukiwa high schooler na vitu zenye high schooler anajua saa hii they vary. So unapata watu wengine, kuna watu wenye wako na hiyo strong mentality, they have been shaped kuanzia wakiwa wadogo, na kuna watu wenye wako so weak. So msee anakuja hiyo peer pressure yenye iko kwa social media inamvunja sana, inambreak. To the extent yenye anashindwa kurelate na real life, anajipata tu amebaki huko hivyo. Unaona? So like my youth kama hao, hebu jaribu kuambia venye nyinyi mlideal na life with what you had.
I think kama ni video nyingine yenye niliwatch, I think ni jana. It's this kid, this generation now, hawa sasa wenye kuna AI amepoa simu, anasema simu yake imekufa, and then a millennial anampatia simu, anamwambia apigie mamake, alafu mwanzo alimpatia ile feature phone, kale kasimu Kenya kana nani, it's not a smartphone, alafu anaichukua anasema Siri call mom, anamwambia no, that is a feature phone. Wanaisitanga aje like there's another word wazungu wanaitaga, like you can't call your mom with this phone. Alafu anamwambia use this smartphone, alafu anachukua tena bado anasema Siri call mom, anamwambia but the phone will call my mom. Don't you know your number, your mom's number? Haji number ya mama akasema but Siri knows my mom's number. So like it's those situations like we cannot relate vile unasema. The generations are like the issues they're trying to deal with such kind of hajui namba ya mamake, anangojea Siri apigie mamake, because you know like those how they operate. So I think like it's okay to note that the generations are different. Of course vile tuli grow up, it's much different compared na watu kama nyinyi. Sisi simu by the time tumeziona tulikuwa na feature phone tu tukiwa high school, na ni ile tu mara moja ukiona hapa kule. Like the actual smartphones tumeanzia huko hivi ma 2014 15 huko hivyo, like the proper good phone yani yenye unaweza na hizi kwa kama size ilikuwa tu ni zile tu Samsung tudogo na tu wewe ukua.
Nilikuwa nataka kuuliza like, do you think it's necessary for the parents right now to try and control the access of technology to our young people that are growing up, like paka wafike to a certain level of maturity for them to be given access to all these kinds of technology that exists here na juu?
Well, Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this question. I appreciate. Yeah. So like I feel like it's a different kind of a scenario for each child. I wouldn't say collectively. Of course, as a society, most of our parents watasema, oh, it's a good thing, but it's a good thing. Like the older generation of parents. Sahi parents sisi watu wanapeana tablets and all these gadgets very early. Watoto wakiwa wadogo washapewa gadgets, wamefika primary, they have all these things. So I think it's more of apparent in the scenario for your child. It's more like, what do you need for your baby? Is your baby in need of all these things that you're giving them? Like, how are they reacting to it? I mean, it's more of a parent, but in terms of school, as much as, of course, the school might try as much to put parameters not for you guys to use this technology, but again, mkienda nyumbani, what are these parents doing? Una get? So it's more like it's a bit of a balance in the way of the parent is also involved. As much as mwalimu atasema hakuna simu hii time, of course, na walimu wengine wa siku hizo, of course it makes sense, but now nikirudi nyumbani, what happens? And then there's international schools as well, when you wanakuanga na gadgets 24/7.
Wow.
You get?
Yeah.
So wanakuanga na tablets, wakenda class ni tablets, like for them they know all things technology, nothing else.
But
And gaming.
A baby is still a baby.
Yeah, the exposure is still the same.
Yeah, so it's more responsibility from a parent perspective. It's more parents. What do you need your kid to learn, and what your kid to know? Because these gadgets, again, they're not just coming from air. Ni parents wanazinunua. Yeah. Pretty much. Mhenga anajua akona wisdom. So I know. Hey, nakata.
Nini?
Mhenga aja kula chumvi.
Mhenga amekula chumvi. Wewe nywele yako vile nyeupe.
Kwenda.
Kula chumvi wa. Chumvi leo umekula.
Yeah.
Chumvi ya Mombasani huko.
So I think to you guys, now that my Gen Z, mna feel so ile cinema young, cinema young, and all that. Tunaona tutaki kuzeeka and all that. What do you think? Look at like tuangalia sisi ni nini mnaonanga like, hey, hawa nao ni nini yo wanafanyanga yenye you guys right now mnaona mko juu, like you get mnaonanga like sini wa shamba in a way, you say do mko juu mnajifeel nini, like what is that difference, like the major difference between us and you guys, you guys see?
The dress code.
Hey.
Lakini
hii conversation we had, see hizi ma hipster and baggy sijui hizo ni 2000s they're coming back.
Mbona seuzi vai?
See mimi navaa. Huyu dress ni wa Gen Z ama ni wa kitambo? Si ni design kwenda. Like wewe huyu shati ni wa Gen Z ama ni shati wa mbaba?
What are you trying to say?
No, like a shati za shati. Sijui kama kuna shati.
As in, nini unaona by the venye nyinyi mlikuwa mna view clothes na venye sisi tuna view clothes. Ni kwenyu nguo ilikuwa nguo. Bora huko uchi. Bora umevaa.
Nyinyi
like for sisi tuko na purpose. Sisemi venye nimevaa leo niko na purpose. Lolo. Sema like ukiangalia more into my generation, they want to dress not the part, they wanataka tu bring a certain vibe, unaona?
Okay.
Youth akiingia hapa hivi na wewe ingia hapa hivi umepiga your best look ni ile suti yenyu ya kitambo ya skirt. Alafu yeye amekuja amevaa denim na katai na mnaenda meeting. Yeye amevaa different, umevaa different. Unaona?
So ni vibes.
We're all about the vibes and stuff. Unacheki?
Sawa basi.
Yeah.
All right. What else? In terms of technology, do you think like we're behind and stuff and nyinyi mko mbele?
Well, muna catch up, but still, I would say
Wanna catch up.
Because kama saizi unajua ni watu wangapi wazee wangapi wako TikTok saizi. I'm telling you comedians wa TikTok ni millennials wenye wamefind out kuna hii platform nikimweka naweza ingia nichangamke.
Wametoka Facebook.
And I feel
I would say mna catch up so mtatupata
pale. But hadi mimi nilikuwa sitakiwa catch up.
Nikuja sit down hata sisi tuwapatie advice ya simu
But I feel like TikTok is a space ya kila mtu.
Let me tell you something. Flo alikuwa anajua features za TikTok. Alijua this year. Nilimuonesha meme.
Yes, the thing me like when TikTok came, nilikuwa na hiyo mind like I don't think I want to be in TikTok or nini. And then with time I'm like, I think like I can it's a space where you can just be silly and be yourself. And I think even for the older millennials, it's more like your inner child has a space now. You can just come just speak.
You know,
be yourself.
Phones in the wrong hands.
Yes, what I say was a misuse. Like I feel like most of them, like even the content when you can relate, like needs or two, like I feel it's a space where you can just be yourself and be silly and just create something that is your inner child. You're just being your inner child. It's kinda.
Yeah, but everything iko na positive side of it na
And
negative side
negative.
of it.
True.
So kuna mwenye anatumia hii stuff, the platforms that tuko nazo for good purposes.
Yes.
Na kuna wenye wanazitumia for the wrong purposes. Na kuna wenye wana get the wrong perspective from it.
Yeah.
People die because of social media, you know.
Of course.
Na kuna watu people live good because of social media.
Yes.
Unaona, as in kila kitu iko na positive side of it.
And the
It's what you pick. Yeah. It's what you pick. It's what you pick.
I have a question for you. I want to but who do you listen to most of the time to get your knowledge, to understand some things of life?
Depends. Okay.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Who do you listen to? I want to say your pillar of strength, but that is not your pillar of, like, to get just knowledge. You know, nilikuja nika find out si millennial wote when you are like mature.
It's true. Not everyone that is old.
Kuna mtu nilikuwa nasikia kuna mtu alisema growing up is mandatory. Growing old is mandatory. But growing up,
like maturing.
Of course.
And what is maturing for you?
How you handle your situations.
Okay.
That is maturity. Kuna watu wenye who lash out simple like,
Vitu ndogo ndogo.
Yeah, how people
emotional to intelligence fear.
There's that. And also the way people reason.
That's true.
Okay. So like in the sense of like where do I go to get my knowledge? I remember like now it's a good point because now I go back to being in your 20s and you know feeling depressed and all that. The number one place I used to go is TED Talks. So TED Talks nilikuwa napataga like I could relate with some of the stories because unapatanga mtu like if you put a title TED Talks, would you TED Talks baba? Hey.
Ali, for the people that don't know, for the people that don't know,
Sawa. All right. So TED Talks, it's just nani. It's a YouTube. It's a YouTube channel that covers all kind of topics. It used to be in tech, but now I feel like it's ilianza kama tech, but it can turn to all kind of topics for as long as you in that field and you've done it for a certain time of period and you can come prove like A, B, C. I might just give you experience in that.
Ni kama hizo inspirational speakers nini.
Yeah. In a way, lakini in different fields.
Yeah.
So mwingine atakuja aseme how going to space was like, mwingine atakuja aseme like how your mind works, mwingine atakuja kusema like this is how you should do fitness, like different kind of stories based on how your experience. So like it was a space where ninge type kitu fulani nilikuwa I was like, oh, so like someone else also went through shit and came out okay. So slowly nikaanza kuzisikiza again and again and again, different topics. So and to date, by the way, the content that I like podcasts, and podcasts that are more of like interview kind of podcasts, because it's more like I can get to see you, the soul. Because if I come and ask you like what's your routine, you hata kama uta guess nini, lazima you'll touch on ABC that is actually true. You get, you'll have to say I wake up at 5, I drink coffee. Of course you say like if I do fitness, or you do your makeup or whatever. So like the interviews, they make me connect with people because I see myself in different situations. So like the School of Greatness by Lewis, anaitwanga Lewis someone, it's a good space for me because naonanga nikienda hapo like mtu he anakuona guest wanaongeleshanga like different topics, mwingine akuje aseme like oh this is how you should handle like mental health, mwingine the trauma like I went, this is how this is my journey with God, mwingine akwambia vile alikuwa anavuta bangi and like the realistic things, ndo unakama na realize by the I don't need to have this perfect picture of what a Christian should be. Like like you go through, it's a journey with God. So like you get to understand all these things to a point like you're like, okay, I am human like every other person. I may go through a share of their own stuff. I can get wisdom from here, and then build my own version of for my spiritual journey. I think like I have specific people who feed my soul, but for the past 2 years, I think the content that I keep on repeating is with Miles Monroe, Dr. Miles Monroe. He passed, of course. He passed in 2014. Now, one thing alinifundisha kunanga like saying they go like late Dr. Miles Monroe Smano. When you say God of Abraham, we never say God of late Abraham. We say God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because we believe in eternity and they're here now. So like it's more of like God. It's Dr. Miles Monroe. So like I don't know if that made sense, but okay. Yeah. So like the past 2 years, like for some reason I cannot stop repeat. I can literally ushipatanga mtu mwenye anakufeed hata sisi kwambia like anakufeed your soul like in a way that you cannot even explain. So in repeat alafu of course Joyce Meyer pale, like Joyce Meyer is more like your mother, anakupelekanga akuchape in politely alakurudisha back to track. Nurdina
who do you look up to?
Who is
my
role model?
Wapi? In Kenya, in
your life?
In your life. Really mwenye ana stand out of all when you look up to?
Me myself.
Period.
I am a masterpiece.
Period.
I am a masterpiece. Okay. I think wanasema hivi, the number one person who inspires and motivates me ni any woman who is going out and getting what they're supposed to do. Like Ceci's explained, but anytime you may watch even a movie, a woman who is the main character, there's something that happens in me. Like you can't even explain. See it, you hate men, it's just something. When a woman is doing it, you're like, damn, I can also do it. Like, where are my heels? Where are my shoes? Let's do this. You guys,
this is me.
Let's by then nakuanga na kitu. Like when the gym upate like the instructor the coach ni female. It does something to you. You're like, damn. She's doing that. She's carrying huge stuff. I want to do that. You get a woman who is directing people and you're like, huyu ako kwa film anafanya hizi vitu kubwa. So like I feel like I don't have specific one person that I look up to. But Nile, like you want to be a better version of yourself, but I want to be this woman who is also inspiring, because some women also doing it and I'm watching them do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for the next episode. We will continue this. Tutakuwa na maswali kibao and engaging. Tutumieni pia sisi maswali and then we can catch up on the next one.
Yeah.
#flow